Honorable Pula.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, I want to congratulate the Honorable Speaker for his dignified leadership, embracing multi-party democracy. Indeed, sir, your conduct will emulate chairpersons and chief whips. In entrenching a proposal, documents are drawn up after a lengthy debate and criticism from political parties and committees. Therefore, one should not deliberately oppose policies for cheap point scoring. The Chief Whip's office must not accept unjustified criticism. We must applaud the ANC for actually going out to formulate policies, and we must not allow a situation where policies are not endorsed because of some mischief makers. The way to the route to democracy was frustrated in the past, and we must not allow it to be frustrated in a state of democracy. Let us be reminded of our former President Madiba, and we also send our wishes to, whom we also profoundly want to associate ourselves with today. He committed his life to ensuring that we have the kind of parliament that is here today. The best we can do is stop annoying and do something constructive for South Africa. I have approached the Chief Whip office on various issues and found his doors to be open. So there is no need to kick down the doors. Just knock and it will open. There is no need to be hard on people that do a good job. We cannot consistently raise polemical debates. If we are living in the apartheid era, we can understand. However, that failed miserably. In this stage of democracy, we engage in parliament debate on democratic values and principles, and the DA must realize that white minority rule has come to an end 19 years ago. There is an unaccepted tendency to disgrace Parliament when the world is looking at us for guidance. There are some individuals that reduce this Parliament like a comedy show on TV. Acting Deputy Chief Whip, don't fall into the trap. You must be reminded who was responsible for building this Parliament.
Honorable Deputy Speaker,
Yes?
will the Honorable Member take a very easy question from me?
Honorable Member.
I'll take it at the end. Responsible for building this Parliament, and that a certain tradition that was supposed to have built as the result of the 27 years in Robben Island. Why must government be compelled to listen to people who have not engaged in a concrete struggle in this country? The MF fully supports sectorial parliament. It is necessary because it is the voice of the minorities that have a greater degree of expression. It's about taking employment equity forward. It's about taking forward the needs of the sectors of all our population group. The youth want to talk about education. They want to talk about jobs, careers, bursary. We must give them the opportunity. Why do we want to speak on their behalf? There is a large contingency of rural women that are unaware of many things coming out of our constitution, issues of Justice Maintenance Act and the domestic violence. Why must they be marginalized? Never underestimate the power of the youth and women. They too must enjoy the fruits of our democracy. The people speak a lot, but say nothing. The MF welcomes the increase in time speaking. It gives us actually a platform to bring up more constructive proposals to address our constituencies. Well, indeed, the Minority Front will support the vote. The ID can come with their question. He's lost. Thank you.
Honorable Tikobo.